keep moving to this last point before we close.
Sure.
This is another hard one, especially in the last 20 years. When you and I were growing up, this wasn't as big of an issue, but you'll get what I'm saying in a minute.
Okay.
Know when it's time to take a break.
Boo.
Take back that time through removing things that occupy your time. So I'm talking the scrolling, the binging, all of those pockets. If you add those times up, you've got to take back some of that time. You think that time is giving you a mental break, but it's actually creating another brain dynamic that makes you less productive. So what are your thoughts, or what are the things you've done? You mentioned some of it earlier, the habits. You're not really a scroller, but talk about this in terms of maybe in your kids and others. Like, what advice do you give people that struggle with the scroll?
That struggle with the scrolling. The one thing I would say is, shoot, James, there's so many of that. Like it's rampant. No matter, all of my friends are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and they're asking me, and I can't say that I don't have accounts, because I 100% have accounts, but it's something that I don't get caught up in. One, I found myself early on in comparison, and it's not really something that did me any good whatsoever. So now I'm comparing myself to someone else and like, oh yeah, they did a good job. Oh, I'm not going to post that. Or, oh, they did it, I'm not going to post that. And it's like, girl, wait, just why? You're looking at people from high school that are doing whatever they're doing, and you're like, they don't pay a bill in my house. They don't, they're not adding anything to my life. Why do I even care? And if I was looking to really truly reconnect with them, they would be in my phone and we would actually reconnect. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, what else could I be doing with my time that's productive, that I like doing?
Yeah.
Is that hanging with my spouse? Like, you know what? Hey, babe, instead of me scrolling for 10, 15, 20 minutes, like, I'm just going to come and snuggle up to you. I don't care what you're doing. Like, just let me be next to you, right?
Wow, in your presence. Yeah.
Right. Or actually having a conversation with my children, right? So that's something that I love. They're adulting at this point. So instead of me scrolling, although I love to see what they're doing on Instagram, I get to have conversations. Or I've taken up just reading. That's something I like to do. So when it comes to scrolling, I would ask why. I know it's like, oh, it's just I'm passing time. I want to see all the things that are out there. It's like, what is it adding to your life?
Yeah.
You've now scrolled for 15 minutes. What did those 15 minutes add to your life? Now, if you were telling me that you were doing some language learning on your phone for 15 minutes and now you've learned how to speak, you've added 5 new words to your vocabulary, amazing. What did it add to your life? What substance can you actually say that these 20 minutes of scrolling have added to my life? And right now, it is crazy with all the things going on in the world. There are some feeds that are just really doomsday all day. And so that's what you're adding to your life, and that's what your mental is all about. So you have to pick and choose. What is it that you're really wanting to fill your mindset with? Because that is the outlook. Those are the lenses through which you're going to actually see the world. You see the world half full, you see the world half empty, you see everybody as a terrorist, or everyone is this and everyone is that. It's because of what you actually are intaking through your eye gates, right? Through your ear gates, right? Yep. And that is the thing that really sticks with you. And at some point it internalizes. And so some people wake up to their phone and just begin to scroll, as opposed to like, wait a minute, the alarm wakes me up, sure enough, off, put the phone to the side, take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, find the thing, deep breathe, meditate, journal, whatever the thing is, go for a walk, whatever that is, but find something else to break the cycle, as opposed to just scrolling, no matter what the app is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And clearly you're speaking from the generation that wasn't born into this digital world from the beginning, right? And so it for our children
Mhm.
that are very deep in it, it's all they've known for the most part. This is a different conversation. And so I realized for me that it is a mental detach. If I'm in a very intense, day, meeting after meeting after meeting, heavy decisions, heavy considerations, having to be on my game, communicating, and all these other things all day, that drained the battery quick. And I found that the quickest unplug was just to sit in the chair for a minute, pick up my phone and just see what's happening in the world, see what's going on online. But you're right, that ends up becoming much longer than you want. It slows down your day, and you always are mad. Oh, I spent too long doing that, and now you're trying to catch back up. So the opportunity to take time back, the opportunity to, um, you know, um, find other ways to fill this void is a challenge. It is. It's a significant challenge. So here's what I've done.
Mm.
One of the things, again, I'm really trying to lean into is this idea of when you feel like turning inward to solve your problem, push outward. All right. That's the concept. And so when I get into those moments, I'll start saying, who have I thought about in the last week? Who's crossed my mind in the last week? And when was the last time I communicated with them? And I'll just start firing off texts. How you doing? It's been a while. Hopefully you're good. Anything new? I start firing off texts to other people, right? Whether it's people I know, haven't spoken to in a while, and even if I know they're going through a challenge, say, hey, look, hey, you crossed my mind the other day, praying for you, wishing for the best, boom, fire it off. And what I found is in the 3 or 4 texts I'll send out, inevitably somebody will respond.
Mhm.
And instead of scrolling,
Yeah.
I'm now involved in a conversation. And it's usually a conversation that either it's funny, so I get a chuckle out of it, it's thought provoking, or it's uplifting, right? They're sharing with me, they're talking about it. Oh, thank you for reaching out. And thank you for praying for me. I need it, da da da. Like you learn something. And in that moment, you feel rejuvenated because
Mhm.
you have connected in a way that otherwise you wouldn't be able to, right? So
Yes.
it's pivoting that time, it's taking that time back, and it's leveraging it for something constructive. And it doesn't mean that, all scrolling is bad and you don't need to know what's happening in the world around you, but there's a balance. To your point, protect your eyes and your ears, right? The avenues of your soul, protect them, because at the end of the day, it'll come back up at a time that you never expect, and it will affect your mind and how you think. So wonderful, wonderful advice. The last thing I throw in here, go ahead. You have
Wait,
something
wait,
you're
wait. Yes, when
yeah,
it
go
comes
ahead.
to connection, if you didn't have your phone, then what? Right? So as we're scrolling and we're doing all the things, if you didn't have the device, then what? Like, what would you do? So
Interesting.
when you're thinking about all of the things of how you go about connecting, back in the day, it was an old school pick up the phone and call someone,
It
right? A
was.
way to
It was.
connect or writing a letter or whatever the case may
Mhm,
be, right? So
mhm.
just thinking about if I did not have this device, because the device is
Yep.
almost like it controls us. You're
Yep.
talking about taking back control. You now get to set again boundaries,
Mhm,
important in order to
mhm.
take back control. So if you didn't have the device, what would you do?
I'm going for a walk. I'm breaking the cycle, the mental cycle.
Yeah.
Go outside, touch some grass.
Yes. Hug a tree.
Go be a human. Go be a human. Have a chance encounter with somebody in the parking lot.
Right.
Um, yeah, as you know, I'm here in the office now, and one of the reasons I'm here is to make sure I'm having those chance encounters. I'm not holed up at the house, just huddling away, working away, but I'm trying to have more chance encounters. And as you would know it, I walked out the other day, and I out of my window I could see somebody had a really nice car, and so I was on my way to the little cafe in the across the street or across the parking lot, and out comes the owner of this car. I'm like, hey, man, beautiful car. That's a rare car. Express, of course, I knew all about it.
Uh-huh.
Um, And so we got into a conversation. He's like, yeah, I'm a doctor. I work at this pediatric practice here. And da, da, da. So we started talking and just reflecting. He's like, hey, you want to come check out the car? Yes, I'd love to check out the car. So we started looking at the car. And I noticed that, hey, he had some work done. I'm like, this isn't really good work. He's like, I know. They were supposed to do a better job, but they did poorly. So I took it from them. I said, I know a guy that could take care of you. He's like, great, fantastic. What's the number? Share the number with him.
Yes.
Okay. Say, you know what, man? God bless. See you later. Wonderful meeting you. At least I know when you're here when I see the car. Done. Nina, that encounter changed my day in terms of how I felt about the rest of the day that I had left. Met a new friend. We have common interests. Again, it would have never happened. Being open, putting yourself in the position to have these chance encounters can do wonders. And this is me. You know me. Me? James English? Going out and talking to people?
Yes.
Come on. That's not happening.
But a car was involved.
Huh?
I said a car was involved. So,
yeah. The audience doesn't know about that part of my life, and they won't. However, this is putting yourself in environments where things can happen. Doesn't require a device. Get up and just break the cycle.
Yeah.
Do something different. Different. Okay. I'm going to throw up a visual here. I want your reaction to this as we start to close out. So part of the burnout concept is we live in a world where the hustle mentality is off the charts. And so I found this visual. I thought it was really, really cool. And it changes this idea of hustle to align. And it simply says, destroy the idea that you have to be constantly working or grinding in order to be successful. Embrace the concept that rest, recovery, and reflection are essential parts of the progress towards a successful and ultimately happy life. What do you say, Nina? I
say yes, but it also brings to mind going to a gym. Right. So you're in a gym, if you have a personal trainer or have ever had a personal trainer, they have always told you that rest is important. You can max out, you can do all the things 5 days, 6 days a week. You need a day of rest and recovery, or your muscles don't get a chance to do what it is that you've been in the gym working so hard to do. So this is basically the same idea or concept, but for your ultimate life itself, right? Align, rest, recover, reflect. That's everything that we've been talking about here today. It's essential. There's no thing too important for you to take a moment to rest, to take a moment to breathe, to take a moment to connect, to take a moment to just sit back, be still, and allow. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. When I read this statement to me is balance. It represents balance in words, right? The fact that we have to work, but it can't be constant. And then we need to partner that with rest and recovery and reflection. And rest and recovery are the physical manifestations of that. And reflection is the mental manifestation, right? It's the replaying of the tape, if you will, to see how I'm truly aligning to my intentions. One of the words I'm kind of falling in love with this year, early in the year, is intentionality. What are my intentions? How am I making my intentions known? And how is that manifesting in my life? And this really, for me, captured so much of the essence of the life I'm trying to live. This concept of working harder, working constantly, is counterproductive to how we're made and designed as humans. We are designed to perspire, but we are also designed to rest. We are designed to be poured into. We are designed to be supported, not constantly, pushing. So again, quick reflection here, but something that I hope our audience resonates with, and hopefully they can incorporate some of this into their life. All right. So Nina, we talked about a lot. We talked about a lot. this topic of burnout, again, is one that I got from a viewer who asked for this, and they gave me a few others. So you'll see a couple of those episodes coming. But it was an important topic as you start the year, as people are starting their journey, they're figuring out how to set their intentions, set their goals, and start achieving them. It's very easy to feel overwhelmed, stressed, and ultimately burned out. And so a couple of things to close, a couple comments or thoughts to close, and I'll let you kind of give a final thought. Burnout is a part of life, and it is a reminder that we need balance. Just think about that. It's a reminder that we need balance. Burnout is feedback that it's time for a life adjustment. Okay. So it is a natural part of life. We all want to accomplish as much as we can. But when we get to the point where our plate feels so full, it's time for a life adjustment. And that's where that visual on aligning really comes into play, as well as some of the practices we talked about earlier. And then finally, I was doing my prep. This text kept coming to mind. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Absolutely. That is that then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So even if you're non-religious, understand what this text is saying. It's saying the mind is the gateway. It all starts with how you're interpreting things around you, the life around you, the opportunities around you. And if you renew your mind, meaning if you're taking the time to rest, if you're taking the time in devotion, if you're taking the time to inspire yourself, you are actively renewing your mind. And in doing so, your ability to perceive what's good, to perceive what's helpful, to put down the phone, to feel compelled to go for a walk, only gets stronger. Nina, any final words for our audience today? I'll let you close us out.
First of all, this has been a really great conversation, one that we have offline all the time, different types of conversations, but this is really good. The one thing I would really want to just give thoughts on is God, the creator of the universe, created, and he took a step back and he said, it's good. Day 1, day 2, day 3, right? Day 4. He created and took a step back. Reflection. He then, on the 7th day, after he's created all of these things and he's reflected on all the things that he's created, he's like, okay, it's time to rest. So if the God that created this vast, enormous universe that we still can't see the end of, right? Took time to rest. What does that say about us? Because if we were created in his image and likeness, right? That means within us, there's rest. Within us, there's a rejuvenation. Within us, it's within us. We just now have to take the time to recognize that within ourselves. And so it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. So you cannot give what you don't have. If your vessel is empty, there's nothing that you can give to anyone. You're not any good for your children, your spouse, your team, how you show up for your friends. Your vessel is empty. So the only way to fill it up, start reflecting, start doing some of the things we talked about in the video today.
Audience, it has been a pleasure to cover this topic with you, Nina. Thank you for guest hosting. We will make sure that you are back to continue to pour into our audience, perhaps even a women's conversation to come, a women's episode to come. I'll just be a passive listener. We'll probably get Garen in with us as well. But it's been a pleasure to hear your voice. It's been a pleasure to hear your contribution. Burnout, folks. We all feel it, but you can also cope with it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.